In this video, we are going to go over one of the recently introduced features on CommCare that allow us to analyze case data in a more meaningful way. That new feature is called the Case List Explorer. This was introduced a few months ago. By clicking on the Reports tab on the project space, as a web user with requisite permissions, the Case List Explorer can be accessed in this way. Assuming that there is case data on the project space, I am going to now show you how easy it is to set up customized case list reports with the help of the Case List Explorer by defining all of these different report filters. We can define individual columns that we would like as part of the report. We can then filter out the report as well based on specific search criteria, multiple different criteria. We can define the owners of the different cases that we would like to see. And of course, we can define what the case type should be and whether these cases should be open on the system, closed, or all. Let's quickly go through what this looks like. I'm going to click on the Edit Columns link over here to define the columns of my report first. I can see that there are these three columns that are already provided by default. I can, of course, remove these. I would like to see what case type data I'm looking at because I have multiple case types on my project space. I would definitely like to see the name of my case. Here you can see that I can rename the label based on how I would want to look at my information eventually. But I would also like to show you how CommCare can automatically have consumable labels on the Case List Explorer as well. This is linked to our data dictionary feature where you can define labels, add descriptions, add case property groups for different case properties on CommCare. So since I have already defined these labels in the data dictionary for my case properties, if I choose them over here on the Case List Explorer, I would be able to automatically populate the label with the more consumable name. Now, I want some basic information as part of this particular report that I'm generating. So I've got name, date of birth, sex, and the other column I would like to see is the ID number for the cases that I'm tracking. I can go in here and say I would like to see this data for case type called case specifically. Now that I have clearly defined, I would like to see data for all the different mobile workers within this project space. So all my project data, I would like to see it for the case type called case, and I would like to see all cases, whether they are open or closed. Here's the columns of data that should show up on my report. Let's now go to the search criteria and filter this report out. Let's say I would like to see data for all my cases that have a date of birth that is greater than 1970. So you can see here, CommCare already gives us an example in the grayed out text telling us how to go about typing the syntax for the search. If we were to make certain mistakes here, the color of the syntax will automatically change. Because this is green within the quotations, it means that this has been entered correctly. I can then add operators as well, including and or. So let's say I would like to see date of birth greater than 1970 and sex equal to female. Now I have created a report for filtering out on date of birth greater than 1970 and sex equal to female for all my case data. I'm going to see all of these columns of information with all these different criteria chosen. All I have to do is click apply and wait for CommCare to load the report for me. And there we go. As you can see, it has successfully filtered out all the cases that meet this criteria. If I scroll down, I can see that there are a total of 49 entries in this particular report that I've just generated. Now, I can do multiple things from this point onwards. As you can see, I can save this report for future reference. So I can call it the CLE Case List Explorer report for females born after 1970. I can add a description as well and save this report. Now, this report is automatically saved for me to go and check whenever I need to go and reference it again. I can also email this report out. As you can see, it is email supported. And while I'm on this report, I can also individually go in and look at individual records. So based off the report being generated, I can go in and dig in to see the granular level data for each of the cases that I'm tracking on the system. I hope this demo is helpful for users to go in and try the Case List Explorer for analyzing all their case data. You can create as many reports as you'd like with the help of the Case List Explorer and save them for future use. Thank you.